They are constantly coming in with food, and yeah, yes, this is so cool. I am here to photograph terns, and this is really cool. They're so cool birds, and it's also a really good way to practice the flight shot. So yeah, I'm going to sit here and try to photograph it, maybe with some fish in their beak. And whoa. It's really hard to photograph in flight with 500mm because it's such a heavy lens. So normally I would use the 300mm because it's a much more lighter lens. But yeah, for me, I'm just practicing to use the 500mm. It's so much heavier, but I got a lot more range, so I can take birds further out. They are constantly coming in with food, and yeah, yes, this is so cool. So I started with ISO 640, and I got around 2,500 of a second, and that is not a problem to freeze the bird's action. What I'm looking for in the terns here is when they are freezing in mid-air, try to land with some fish. Therefore I don't need that much of a shutter speed, and I think that is the coolest when the wings are out and you can see the tail. So yeah, it's really difficult but really cool to photograph them. So I'm using the group focus of 25 helping points with one focus point in the middle and 25 around. So if one misses, the other one catches up. So I find that a lot more easier to use when doing flight shots. Would be awesome to photograph them fishing though, but that is so hard to predict. It could be anywhere. I'm also using a back button focus. I find that much more easier to follow in the focus, and I feel like I have a little bit more control. So it takes some time to get used to it, but I really like it. doing flight shot like this, I do not use a tripod or a monopod. I like to handhold it. I feel more control of the situation. They make so much noise. It's so awesome to listen to. So I'm now needed to crank my ISO a little bit higher, so I'm around 500 of a second, and that is not too much shutter speed for flight shots. But like I said, what I'm looking for is the bird to hang in midair, and when they do that, you don't need that kind of focus, shutter speed of around 2000 of a second. So you can get away with a 500 of a second. But that's really cool now because the light is so much softer and it's hitting the background and the foreground is in shadow, so I have to overexpose a little bit so the bird won't be too dark. But that is so beautiful with you get that glow in the background. So I think I got some good shots now of the bird coming in with the fish, and yeah, it's really cool. What I'm also trying to do here is to find a background that I like and hopefully wait for the bird to come and land there. So I'm focusing on, there are some flowers in the foreground there, and I'm focusing on them and just wait for the bird to come in for landing in that area. When I see the bird is coming, I then just try to hit the bird and start focusing and shoot away. But this is really cool. They make a lot of noise, and it's a good experience. Beautiful light outside. It's getting too dark now. I don't want to push my ISO too high. It's not worth it. So hope you enjoy it. It was really cool to be out and photograph the terns. So I hope you got something out of it, and don't be afraid to ask me some questions in the comments down below in case I missed something about flight shots or whatever. And until next time, I will see you guys.